Family trees show families over several generations. We can see how people are related to each other as the generations go down, with the youngest members of the family at the bottom. So how do we interpret family trees in biology? In biology, family trees can be used to show the inheritance of characteristics over several generations. When we look at family trees in biology, they usually look like this. The newest members of the family are at the bottom, and you work your way up to the oldest at the top. So, for example, 8 and 9 would be offspring of 6 and 7, who are the parents. 3, 4, and 5 are siblings to 6, and therefore are the aunts and uncles of the offspring. And 1 and 2, right at the top of the tree, are the grandparents. This is quite straightforward, but what do the colours and shapes mean? Family trees have a key to show you the characteristics and sex of the different family members. Males are typically shown with squares and females with circles, unless the key shows otherwise. Individuals with a specific characteristic such as eye colour or polydactyly are shown by their shape being coloured in. So, for example, number 8 at the bottom here is a male because it's square, with polydactyly because it's filled in. Number 9 is a female shown by a circle without polydactyly because it's not filled in. So how can we use family trees to work out the genotype of people? Polydactyly is caused by a dominant allele, capital D. Give the genotype of person 1 and explain your answer. So this is a family tree which gives us information about the polydactyly disorder. Step 1. Find person 1 on the family tree. So person 1 is shown up here by this filled-in square. We only need to look at person 1, 2, and their offspring to work out this answer. Therefore, we've shaded out the rest of the tree just to keep things simple. Step 2. Work out if person 1 has the disorder or not. We can do this by having a look at the key. So 1 is a square that's been filled in. We know that a square is a male, and in the key, if it's filled in, it means they have polydactyly. Polydactyly is caused by this dominant allele D, so person 1 must have that allele. Person 1 must have the allele D as they have polydactyly. Step 3. Look at the offspring of persons 1 and 2. So you can see that persons 3 and 5 are shaded in, so they have polydactyly and therefore must have that dominant allele. Remember that because polydactyly is caused by a dominant allele, only one dominant allele is needed for a person to be affected. This isn't what is most interesting to us though. Person 4 is a female without polydactyly. They're homozygous recessive. Person 4 does not have polydactyly, so they must be homozygous recessive with 2 lowercase d alleles. This is the case for everybody in the family tree that's not affected by polydactyly, so person 2 is also homozygous recessive. Step 4. Work out person 1's genotype using this information. You don't need to use a Punnett square to answer this in the exam, but it might help you to visualise the answer. So we know that person 1 has 1 dominant allele at least, and we know that person 2 has 2 recessive alleles. Using this information, we can complete the first half of the Punnett square. So in order for person 4, their child, to be homozygous recessive, person 1 must have a recessive allele too, making them heterozygous. Therefore, we can finish this Punnett square. You should be able to extract and interpret information from family trees like this in the exams. Step 5. Write out person 1's genotype and its explanation. So person 1 has the genotype capital D, lowercase d. They must have capital D as they have polydactyly, and they must have lowercase d as person 4 is homozygous recessive. You could also say that person 1 is heterozygous and person 4 is homozygous recessive or does not have the disorder.
Thanks for watching. If you want to take your GCSE revision to the next level, head over to launchpadlearning.com and check out our smart learning platform that's been designed to get you top results in your exams. We cover your whole specification and make revision fun with interactive quizzes, easy to follow videos and more. You'll be kept motivated by your own AI tutor who's here to support you every step of the way. To check it out for yourself, click here. Or click here to keep watching a selection of the videos from our full GCSE Biology course. See you there!